So good day everyone. Hello, I am Janine G. Malinaw, a Bachelor of Science in Accountancy student from Central Mindanao University. So today we're going to talk about the topics, or these are the lessons that shows up in every entrance exams in mathematics. So without further ado, let's start. So these topics or lessons is from my own experience and also to my classmates who have taken UPCAT, DLSU CAT, ADMU CAT, MSU SASE, MSU IIT's exam, and other CATs that is available in the Philippines. So without further ado, let's get started. So the lessons that you need to study in mathematics are the following: algebra, geometry, trigonometry, calculus, statistics and probability, and math word problems. Let's dive deeper to each and every subtopics of these lessons. Let's start with algebra. So algebra, the first one that you need to know is the linear equations. So in these linear equations, we need to learn how to isolate variables and solve for the problems. So basically, the structure of these linear equations is ax plus b is equal to c. The next one is the quadratic equations. The quadratic equation is, it's more like an upgraded lesson of the linear equations. So in quadratic equations, we need to learn factorization, quadratic formula, that will equip you in solving these quadratic puzzles. It is the combination of x squared and x, finding the x squared, the x, and factorization. That's all that is in the quadratic equation. Next is the system of equations. When we say system of equations, it is really about finding x and at the same time y. It is mx plus b is equal to c, something like that. Those graphs, those are algebraic expressions. This is the gist of the system of equation. And don't worry if you are struggling with these topics, because I once struggled algebra. I really hate algebra before, and until I really dig deeper to myself that I needed to study this, because if I don't, I won't be able to pass the entrance exams, or I won't be able to get into the university of my dreams. So let's talk about geometry. It's all about shapes, right? And when I was studying geometry, I only studied these topics in front of you: the properties of triangles, circle theorem, and quadrilaterals. I didn't really go that far, but I mastered the basics of these things. So when we say properties of triangles, you need to explore the angles, the side lengths, the intricate relationships between them, laying the groundwork of understanding more complex geometric figures. These properties of triangles has been really helpful. Those Pythagorean theorem, if you remember, yeah, that is very helpful. So it is encouraged that you will really focus on the basics, because the basics is the foundation of this knowledge. The next is trigonometry. Trigonometry is actually my favorite. I don't know why, but trigonometry has been my favorite when I was studying for SASE, and it really helps me discover something about myself, that I am not just an ABM student, but I was really someone who likes trigonometry, and I really enjoyed my review in trigonometry. The lessons that I have focused is the trigonometric ratios. You already know this: the sine, cosine, tangent ratios, and how they relate to right angle triangles. This application have helped me understand geometry more and appreciate the beauty of mathematics through shapes. The unit circles as well is very important, though I didn't really study this much. I really focused on the trigonometric ratios, but this the unit circle is also important. The next is the trigonometric identities. These trigonometric identities is all about the manipulation of those ratios, the expressions, and it is really helpful for complex trigonometric problems. The next one is calculus. If you are a STEM student, it is very advantageous for you because you have this foundation for the calculus. And if you love algebra, calculus is easy. For me as an ABM student, we do not have calculus subject, but I am able to understand basic calculus, not all the calculus, but basic calculus, since it is one of the subjects needed to be studied in the mathematics. I am forced to study calculus. So you need to study limits and continuity, the derivatives, and also the integrals. Statistics and probability. This is one of my favorite subjects because I know that I aced these questions in the SASE. I find it easy because I have already memorized the formulas, the combination, the permutation, and all. So in statistics and probabilities, you need to study measures of central density. It measures the mean, the median, the mode. You already know that. Next is the probability rules, like geometric sequence, arithmetic sequence, and all. You will really enjoy this because I did. And then the probability distribution. If you know statistics, like that graph, something like that. And lastly, the word problems. These word problems is just translating words into equation. Usually, it is connected to the algebra. And of course, you need to know how to interpret these equations. And for your information, the mathematics proficiency is, not everything is included, but more than 50%, 50 to 60% is all algebra. So if you know algebra, you will really solve these word problems. All the topics in mathematics is very important, but if you lack the time, please focus on algebra, focus on the basics, focus on mastering the basics, because that is the very foundations of those complex problems. So again, if you don't have a lot of time, do focus on the algebra because algebra will really save you in your mathematics proficiency score. So I guess that's all for today. Thank you so much for listening and thank you so much for watching my videos. I hope my videos help you towards your future entrance exams, and I'll be uploading more pointers, more problems, more questions for you. Thank you so much. God bless.